Startup Folsom.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Jason, and today I'm gonna show you what's my journey. Okay, so I'm gonna start it with this tagline. Rich helped me a bit. At the beginning, it was like this. It's not that good, but it's already made. Okay, so for CaterAI, what we are trying to do is we are trying to help all the businesses that has customer service or has some platform that take customers to help them grab the ones that's missing, right? At the very beginning, we were thinking about different use cases. We were thinking about very fancy ones like sales, stuff like that. But the one industry that really came to mind is restaurants. And why? So here is about my friend Tony. So I have this friend who had a Chinese restaurant in Davis, and I've been knowing him for like 10 years already. But every time he just call me, say, hey Jason, can you help me with this customer? He looks like he's confusing about our dishes or service. Can you help me translate? And I was like, yeah, why not? And this kind of request starts to pile up. I was like,
When you say translate from Chinese?
yes,
Okay.
yes. He doesn't speak really good English, so I was like, this is weird. I mean, I want to help him, but keeping me in that conversation is kind of weird. I'm not like an employee for him. I don't work for the restaurant. Every time I'm just doing the translation, it's kind of weird, right? But that's the time when I started to play with ChatGPT. I said, oh, ChatGPT is cool. Is it possible for me to put ChatGPT and phone together? But I'm not technical. I'm not sure. How many of you are technical? I think Justin is, right? You actually code. You actually...
Vibe code.
What? You vibe code, okay. Okay, so how many of you actually code, like Python, C++, stuff like that? You can actually build something without AI. You? You? That's good.
Marketing website.
Okay, that's very good because I cannot do that, okay? But my personal experience, I've been helping business with their SaaS. We find developers in overseas and helping them make POSs or kiosk, like the little ones over there. It's kind of funny because it's not a self-serve, it's more of a POS directly, which means you can probably give yourself a discount. So, but that's kind of my background. So I was like, I have this like gap, right? So I've taken this like help Tony for about like 2 months. Like this whole 2 months, I was been thinking, can I do that? Can I do that? But in my mind, I really don't know how to do it. Like, I mean, I can put ChatGPT on the side, and when customer call, like, right? There's this gap that I can't figure out how to put them together. And I hope I'm not the only one that hate automated phone line. Do you hate automated phone line? All of you?
Yeah.
Press 1 for English.
0. I just pound 0.
Dos para español. Right? Yeah, and apparently there's no one gonna take Tony's restaurant in the call center. They don't really want to take that. It's too small for them. Doesn't make any sense, right? So that's when I kind of like had this idea, say, maybe I can create a voice agent, right? Because ChatGPT launched the voice kind of thing, like you can click on it and actually talk to it. So I was feeding ChatGPT with a lot of like menu information. So here is the menu of this restaurant. Can you try to pretend that you are a receptionist or a cashier that's help customer placing an order? Okay, so this is pretty much the thing that I wanted to do. I'm not sure like how many of you are actually trying to use the AI to actually do things for you instead of just give you suggestions, right? It can make a photo based on your request. It can probably code for you if you talk to the AI, like vibe coding, right? However, when it comes to all this interesting, it becomes a little weird. All the model that ChatGPT released, OpenAI released at that time is not good enough, especially when you're trying to use it through API. The open ones is like pretty trashy. Like it breaks down, right? So I got this idea in August 2024. That's when I had this idea. I was thinking, oh, it's a great idea. It's $1 million idea, but I can't make it, right? I don't know how to do it. So that's when I started to do some research and realized that 50% of the call were actually missed for restaurant during the rush hour, and 60% of them are orders and reservations. And if you do the math, that's 30 to 200K revenues lost annually. And we have 800,000 restaurants in the US. Not speaking of Australia or Canada.
Should be a lot more though. Is that like per chain?
This one?
Yeah.
Per location.
Oh, per location. Okay.
Yes, depends on how busy you are, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so basically we're looking at a $25 billion lost in sales in the entire United States market. That's just for restaurants, right? So I was thinking this could work, right? But how? I don't know. So this comes to my first challenge, right? When you're trying to make an AI startup and you don't know how to code, and you probably don't even know how to vibe code. At that time, vibe code is kind of new and it requires some extra steps, right? So how do I get started? So first, what do I have? I know Tony. That's the guy who's asking me help him doing translate all the time. That's my possible customer, right? And I also know Henry. Henry is the person who helped me with my POS and kiosk company. That's when we're trying to hire people overseas to make software and sell it over here. So he knows more of on the technical stuff, right? And all I know is I have very limited experience with AI, only like familiar with chatbot. I know how to talk with ChatGPT, which doesn't make any sense for this case. Okay. And the next is how do you overcome this challenge, right? So just do it. I had no idea. I just called Henry. That's my first step. I said, hey, Henry, I got this cool idea. I said, I want combine the phone and ChatGPT and have the ChatGPT to be able to place the order actually for the restaurant. And Henry told me, you're crazy. I said, why? Because ChatGPT can already do a lot of things. I feed the ChatGPT the menu, ask questions, ChatGPT can do it. I just don't know how to connect them. Henry said, okay, let me think. Okay? And then Henry called Peter and Johnny. That's how the team kind of like started, right? Peter is a quant who does all the algorithm, really hardcore coding stuff. Johnny, same, Bloomberg engineer, high level. So three of them were talking, is this possible? And then that's when like Peter started saying, yeah, maybe we can try it, right? And then that's when we actually started to build this AI infrastructure in January 2025. Right now it's a year. So do the math and you know how long it took us for actually to make it work. And then we run into challenge number 2. So the latency and hallucination is the crazy one. I'm going to just put them all out. So we built something we call the MVP. It's a really trashy MVP, just like you bring all the model down and see all the model crashing, right? So when we talk to the AI, say, hey, can I get a kung pao chicken or can I get a Hawaiian barbecue? The AI starts to thinking for 5 to 10 seconds. And that's when it becomes a disaster, right? No customer will think you still exist. And they will be, hey, are you still there? And whenever you say that, the AI starts to thinking again. Yeah. And then you have this infinity loop of 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. And then you crash the AI. The AI just collapses. It doesn't respond anymore. It just stop, right? So that's kind of crazy. I was like, holy shit, this doesn't work. All this AI is a scam. It doesn't make any sense, right? So all the thing that I see that like OpenAI has a crazy high valuation, like what we can build with this AI fancy stuff, right? And that's the time I was like, that's a scam.
Yeah.
I should never pay that $20 a month to OpenAI, right? And then the third and fourth one is the one that's coming later. At the beginning, we're solving these two issues, right? So once we figured out how to overcome these two, basically just waiting for the model to get stronger.
Did you try other models?
We tried all the models,
Which
the ones in China, the ones in China, the ones in US, right? So we had people working in Alibaba who has this little called QWin, right? That's the one that we were able to get access of the like trial version. Still has like issues because like US and China kind of like in a bad relationship. So the data is like when you're trying to request the API over, it gives you more latency, right? And then because at that time we were kind of like calling it a lottery. Every time we try to have the AI to work with us, it's like a lottery. Sometimes you get lucky, it actually understands you and respond to you, and it actually places your order. But when you order one Hawaiian barbecue chicken, it plays two. I have no idea why. You check all the prompt, clear, nice, no mistake. But the AI just gives you two. Or when you order two, same item, it gives you one. I believe you heard the news. A customer go to McDonald's or whatever fast food chain where they put this voice AI over, and then it put like bacon on their ice cream, stuff like that. That's the hallucination. And the hallucination can be even worse with a lot of like restaurant with like bigger menu. Say you went in a Hawaiian barbecue place and you said, oh, I want a Hawaiian, and then your kid at the back says, oh, there's a cat. And then the AI might thinking you want a Hawaiian barbecue cat. And then he actually send it to the kitchen.
Yes.
And imagine how that can be. The owner would be yelling at you, what the heck are you doing, right?
So which model do you end up going with?
So at the very beginning, we tried OpenAI. We also tried, at the very beginning, both like Claude and everything doesn't work. OpenAI is actually the one that at the beginning works the best. QN works the best when there is no network issue, which means no firewall, all the stuff. Right now, we use them all. So it's a mixture of different model under different situation.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's not like we use OpenAI for everything. It's like some restaurant we work with, they need to speak Chinese. We use one model. Some place needs to speak Spanish, we use one model. Some place has a long menu, we use one model. So it's not like we use specific one.
Okay.
Or otherwise, it's just you will see weird problem coming up. Say if OpenAI works great on one location, one menu, it might not work the same in the other. So that's why it takes us like a crazy long amount of time to go through and make it work. Okay? So this is how we overcome this challenge. We break and we build, right? So we like creating multi-agent, doing multiple different things. We created agents that understands the menu, remember everything, speaks English, speaks Chinese, or speaks different languages, right? We also made AI that's on the side. Here we have some this is the three stuff that we did. Algorithm is the hard one. We made a lot of algorithm to actually make AI works to lower down the hallucination, right? The RAGs is for the menu. When you are dealing with Chinese restaurant, they have 400 items on their menu, which is crazy. I don't know how their cook actually made it, right? But with L&L Hawaiian barbecue, it's actually easier. It's only like 100, and most of the item name are pretty straightforward. Like in a lot of like Chinese or other Asian menu, it's kind of crazy. Like the name of it doesn't make any sense, right? Kung Pao chicken is not an English word, which means ChatGPT may hallucinate and give you another dish, right? And the guardians or validator is the one that we do the final check. All the order before we send it in, we have another AI to overlook. That AI is not, I don't remember the specific models. We have different models. We have the smartest to look at them. Maybe the one that has higher latency, right? But the smartest one is looking at the entire conversation, see if the previous AI made any mistakes. Yes.
So I'm assuming it might be number one, but do you give like your models a language dictionary that tells it if this is spoken, this is actually what it means, right? OpenAI doesn't have what you just said, right? Do you then provide it a data dictionary that has everything educated?
Yes. So we use something we call hot words. So this is when we see like example is spam musubi. Do you guys know spam musubi? What it is? It's not an English word, right? So when we have something like spam musubi, we will actually go in and listen to the conversation because there is another thing called voice recognition, right? You have to actually recognize what the customer is saying and then use the transcript message to feed the AI, right? Spam musubi, I have no idea why it sounds like salmon soupy. Interesting, right? So that's when we put these hot words in it. So we can actually tell the AI, hey, salmon soupy in this restaurant means spam musubi. And that's how we solve this, like, because sometimes like when you listen to it, no problem. But the AI sees the transcript message, will tell the customer, say, we don't have salmon soup, sorry. And then the customer, what the heck, hang up, right? That's not the thing that we want to happen. So we created a lot of stuff that we call it ad hoc. It's kind of weird for us to do, but right now it worked. Okay. Do I have a sound here? Let's see. So here is a demo of what we did. I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear it, but let's see.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how...
This is a full demo, so you can see how the AI actually reacts and send the order in.
Place the order with our AI.
What's going on your
Aloha,
laptop?
this is L&L Hawaiian Barbecue Fairway. How can I help you?
Hey, so I just want to place an order to go.
Well, great. I can help you with that. What can I get started for you?
Can I get a Hawaiian barbecue mix and another combination plate of Hawaiian barbecue chicken and barbecue beef, please?
Sure, let me check that for you. Okay, I've added one BBQ mixed plate to your order. For the other plates, a half and half plate. What two meats would you like? You mentioned Hawaiian BBQ chicken and BBQ beef, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me add that for you. Got it. I've added one half and half plate with BBQ chicken and BBQ beef to your order. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Is there a thing called lumpia over there?
Let me double check we have that available. Yes, we do have lumpia. It's $8.75 for 6 pieces, and you can also get 12 pieces for an additional $7. Would you like to add some to your order?
Yeah, can I get 6 pieces, please?
Sure, let me check that for you. Perfect. I've added 6 pieces of lumpia to your order. Is there anything else?
No, that'll be it. How long it probably gonna take?
Just a second. Let me finish up here. It usually takes about 15 minutes for pickup orders.
Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Alright, so just to confirm, you have one BBQ mixed plate, one half and half plate with BBQ chicken and BBQ beef, and one order of 6 lumpia. Your total will be $43.75.
Yes, please.
Great. I'll place your order right away. Everything's confirmed. Are we all done?
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Did you capture their name though? Or did I miss
No.
that part?
No.
Okay, so the
We don't ask
customer
for a name
also
for it.
Oh, you just
receives
take the
Yeah,
order?
we send the
text
text
message,
over to their
showing them,
phone,
the order is
and they get an order
completed.
number.
Do you capture? Do you at least capture the cell phone number?
Yes.
In the restaurant,
Okay.
on the other hand, they will get receipt prints out. This one says unpaid. So when customer coming over, they should be able to just pay with whichever method they prefer. So when the customer arrive, the restaurant will go to the orders, and then you will see the order that says unpaid. And you will go ahead and hit pay, and the customer will select the tips if they want. And once they tell you which payment method they want to use, you can go ahead and hit continue, and they can pay with their card. And once the payment is successful, the order is considered complete. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so that's the full demo of the entire CaterAI stack. Yeah, so this thing is actually running at L&L Hawaiian Barbecue in the El Groove location, and also the close one would be the Roseville location on Fairway. So if you guys ever go there and call them up, you will actually talk to our AI. Okay, so here are some results that we achieved. So we were able to help them to capture extra $250 per day, which considered to be $8,000 per month. So for them, they're paying us $200 a month and getting the ROI of 40x.
So you charge them more eventually, right?
Yeah, I can charge them more if I want. Yeah. Okay. And now we have the challenge number 3. Okay, so more challenging coming up. So this challenge is being more of after you finish up with your product and launching it. This would be revenue and growth. Right now we are running live on 10 locations, including 3 Hawaiian barbecue restaurants. And another 7 different category of the restaurant. We have like boba shop, Chinese restaurant, and different places. The second challenge would be the POS integrations. That is something I called the worst part of doing an AI startup.
You have to integrate inside of all
Yes.
different systems and then have compliance, right?
Exactly. And I want to say, if you are going to do an AI startup, the future is not integration. Trust me on that, okay?
Security.
Building integration is the pain in the ass, because now you're not a startup. You're dealing with a dinosaur who's not gonna really care about you, right? You might be thinking, I'm gonna coding all the way, or vibe coding all the way 24 hours. But they say, oh, it's President Day, sorry. Or I'm on vacation. Or they just keep the door shut. And you will never, ever actually get into it without an introduction or someone inside who can lead the way you in. So do not be, well, if you can avoid POS or any system integration.
What are those players? Is that like Square? And
Square is actually the best one, because they do not keep their door closed. Square is the only one with open API, and you can actually do it. So with Square, we can directly integrate. We can send orders directly into Square. But the other ones that's remaining, like Toast, Clover, or what else? Spot On, or
Have
like...
you thought about making your own?
that's what you do, right? That's your job.
That's mine, yeah. So making my own is another thing, because building a POS is like a huge, we have our own POS, like the one you saw in the video. That's our own POS. When customers say, oh, we don't have a Square POS, we said, here, we can give you one. So that's kind of our solution. But if you are building any AI product, do not, if you can avoid it, avoid it. I have to say this 3 times, because it's going to save you a lot of headache later on. because the integration is not a one-time thing, right? Whenever they change this thing, you have to change your thing pretty much instantly, or they give you a time interval, right? Let's see. Marketing and sales. That's something we also are trying to figure out too. We are not really marketing or sales professionals. We need some people that can help us to bring the results instead of giving us advice. I mean, getting advice right now is really easy. Like ChatGPT can give you all the advice that you can get on the world, but still you need someone who can actually get the door open, right? And lastly would be the limited funding. We are surely applying for some of the incubators and see if we can get help from them. The best help, of course, from them, I would say, to open the gate of like bigger companies like Toast, Clover, where we can see if integration makes sense. Right now, we have no idea if it's gonna make sense or not, right? And in the future, I believe that's what Elon Musk is building right now. I believe for all the AI company later on, voice control or text control is not gonna be based on APIs. API will always limit you, right? How big is your team? How many integration can you make, right? If you want to get bigger enough market share. The future would definitely be the AI can actually see what we see on your desktop and actually to click and type just like you. OpenClaw, that's one thing that I want to mention as well, if you guys mentioned about that. When OpenClaw came out, I actually had an instant meeting with Peter, Johnny, and Henry. I said, here we go. We got our Jarvis. Let's do it. We don't need integration. Sad story, no. The reason why? You still need APIs, which means integration to be able to use OpenClaw, which means if you can run this in a Mac terminal, you can do it with OpenClaw. But can you mess with like Toast or Square's menu in your terminal? Probably not, right? That's the final gap. You can say, hey, OpenClaw, or hey, whatever, can you mark up my menu price by 50 cents since everything is going up? You're hitting that end. You still need that human to click, which doesn't make any sense. But in the future, that's what I think AI is heading to. If everything is building on the last century technology, which is API and integration, this will be a really hard game because the old player won't open the door. They will do the development themselves and you won't get the market share.
For the voice, are you using like 11 Labs or?
We use multiple as well. 11 Labs is one of our provider for voice. We use 11 Labs to select a few voices that we like, and we make some modifications.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you using Amazon as your like backend, or what are you using for?
You mean our cloud?
Yeah.
So our cloud is Google Cloud, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you choose like Google over Amazon?
I don't know. Well, actually I know. So because we just had a AWS issue. No, well actually it's both. We kind of, I think it's a few months ago we had a Google Cloud or AWS issue, right? Like the half of the internet is down. Mm-hmm. That's when we kind of like use a mixture because right now our system is bulletproof. When cloud provider is down, the service will switch off and all the call will actually go back to the restaurants. So whoever in the front desk can still pick up the phone instead of blocking it.
Is the model choice dynamic? Like, do you have to go, hey, there's a Mexican restaurant, I'm going to set a setting that says use food, or is it like, is the AI determining any of that for you?
So usually when we get a restaurants, we will first decide if they are a restaurant that we already kind of worked with, right? So if it's a fast food chain like L&L, Hawaiian Barbecue, or Panda Express, we've already know which model we're going to use, right? But if it's something we never touched before, like this Chinese restaurant right now still, I think it's still the hardest one.
Is it the complexity of the
the complexity of the menu and the naming is
If
just...
you do Chinese restaurant, you can do anything then. Everything's simple.
Well, not really. Not really. So if we're using whatever we created for Chinese restaurant and we try to apply it to simpler ones, then you will see a lot of stuff that's unnecessary, right? And that might create problem. Because most of the time AI is a possibility game, right?
So is each restaurant like a custom implementation?
Yes. So each restaurant the one who help them onboard, we have to understand their entire workflow first. Because most of the restaurant owner or manager, they don't even know. For L&L, we spent a whole week listening to all the recording and we figured out, oh, that's how you make your business work, right? Or otherwise, your AI would be like, I don't have that on my menu.
So when you got 10 locations, when did you start getting with the restaurant, and what was like the testing period to feel like, hey?
Yeah, so usually we give them a month of free trial period. That's when we actually go in, understand, talk to them, talk to the customer, listen to the recording. That's the entire process. Usually right now it takes us about a week or two to fully onboard a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
So ideally, you would want to take like a chain, because once you've done one restaurant, then you could easily replicate it for the other.
Exactly. That's right now we're after like the Hawaiian barbecue place, because their menu is pretty much all the same, and then the customer behavior is pretty predictable. Yes.
What are the different parameters in the workflow of an individual restaurant that affects how you implement with them?
Okay.
Like you said, there's complexity of language, complexity of menu. What are the other things you're evaluating?
The most interesting part is actually the human part of it, right? Because as a customer, when you order through a restaurant, you don't really remember the menu name or the item name, right? So for Hawaiian barbecue place, a lot of customers call in, ask for teriyaki chicken, which doesn't really exist on their menu, right? So if you're just using a general AI and throw all the menu information in, the AI will just tell the customer, sorry, we don't have teriyaki chicken.
You have to listen for a week, and you translate teriyaki chicken to whatever it is.
Right now, we are adding something called self-learning. It's another layer of AI to actually learn, like mimic what we are doing, to actually learn from it. This extra AI will actually see all the conversation and see where the AI kind of stuck, the first agent stuck.
Oh, interesting.
And then it will generate a bunch of questions and send it automatically to the owner or manager and ask. I see customers keeping asking to get this teriyaki chicken, but I don't see it on your menu. What is it? And then the owner might say, oh, that's just our regular barbecue chicken. And then the AI knows for the future conversation. Yeah, that's the most, I think the most important part we need to know. It's more of the insights, like how they interact.
So how long is that discovery process? And you're saying you're taking literally recordings of their phone line of orders.
Yes.
Giving that to AI, having it break it down.
Yes. So
sort of figure out patterns and like, oh yeah, here's some unique phrases people use and like all of that. That's your prep.
yes. So at the beginning, that's what we did. Right now, we will actually use what we have, because right now what we have can cover most of the cases. We would just put the AI to talk to their customer for a week, and we will check what's the order successful rate, right? What's the escalation rate, and what's the hand-up rate, and we can figure out, okay, is this AI working good, or does it need more extra information to be better?
So right now at L&L, like what is, I don't know, you have what do you call it, problem rate or success rate of successful orders versus hang-ups, or I don't know what.
Yeah, right now it's pretty high. We see about 20% of escalation rate due to their policy of catering order. So for them, every catering order have to be handled by a human, which I assuming that the owner just told me the cook just need some preparation time. So they don't want the AI just sending the order like immediately, and they need to make on it right away.
So so there's a channel. If it gets cater order, like they'll say some hold. Let me get transferred or whatever.
Yes, yes. You
But
can.
what about other than that? Is it pretty? Do you see now that you run? How long has it been running at LNL?
3 months.
And what is the? So let's take catering out of it. What's the? I don't know what you call it. Failure rate.
Failure rate right now we call it around 5 to 10%. But that failure rate actually depends because some of the call we see people calling in and not speaking at all and hang up.
Okay.
Those are the call that right now we have no idea what it is. I mean, some of you probably already get people calling you and don't say anything and hang up. So we assume those are like scam or whatever. So the actual like failure rate, like we do see people say, oh, when people see, oh, this is AI, I hate AI, I want to talk to someone else. That's around 3 to 5%. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do next to overcome this third challenge, which is revenue and growth. We will pretty much do outreach in Power. So if there's any event you want me to be on, I will be on there. Okay. Also we are looking for sales partner. If any one of you know any chance or any people that you can introduce the service to, let me know. The second part is what we call Vaultrix AI. Yeah, that's the question mark, right? So that's something we've been building recently. As we are trying to making CaterAI better for restaurants, we realize there are some feature that's pretty general, right? Like a car detail shop or auto repair shop, tire change shop, whatever shop, nail salon, whatever. They get calls all the time as well, right? So that's why we kind of invented Vaultrix. We take the parts that's general enough from CaterAI, and we made it a dashboard to actually letting people be able to create their own voice agent. Okay, so right now I'm gonna show you a live demo. First we're gonna go to the dashboard. That's the Vaultrix AI, and we're gonna do the next, which is we're gonna scrape a website. That's not illegal, right? Okay, so here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually, what business are you guys interested in? Any co-working spaces? Like this one? Co-working, wait. This one, right? Okay, let's, oh, they have a phone number too. Okay, let's go to their website. Okay, that's good enough. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a scraping tool. And then we're gonna put it right here. Not much information, okay. Oh, they actually uses this. Okay, nice. Look here, book on tool. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy it because they have this anti-scraping tools on there. And I'm gonna paste all the information here and hit create agent.
So how many L and L? It seems like that's your first thing, is getting your path of least resistance, getting to every L and L restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Right. I mean, if you get Chipotle too, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, so right now, 2 of them. I reached to 4, 5 of them already. They need to be busy enough to actually to be able to use the service, based on my understanding. Because if they're not busy enough, they have one cashier at the front, basically doing nothing, they would consider to save the $200.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so pretty much the AI just get all the information, and then what you can do, let's change this. Arabella is not good. Let's do Zara. And then we can save it. And then let's do a preview, see if it works.
Hi, thanks for calling Granite City Co-working Space. How can I help you today?
Hey, where are you guys at?
We're in Folsom's Historic District, close to the trails and Lake Natoma. It's a lovely area.
what's the cheapest membership you could get?
What's the cheapest membership you can get?
I can definitely help you with information about our memberships, but I don't have the exact pricing details on hand at the moment. Would you like me to connect you with a specialist who can go over all the membership options and pricing with you?
It's pretty good.
That's sweet.
Especially since you did it in like 30 seconds.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. So this, we actually standardize this. So basically on this side you can see we give the voice AI a identity, tells her the environment and blah, 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 right?
Can you have like a questionnaire that people can fill
Yes,
out?
yes. Okay, so this is the one that I built with Orange Theory Fitness, right? So on their website, it's pretty detailed. You can see all these crazy Q&As. And if you put that information in, you can actually, let's see.
Hi, thanks for calling Orange Theory Fitness Davis. How can I help you today?
So I'm a lazy guy. I never work out. Do you recommend me to come over?
Absolutely. Orange Theory is designed for all fitness levels, and everyone is encouraged to go at their own pace. Our coaches are great at providing modifications for exercises, so you'll be able to get a great workout that's right for you. We actually recommend trying a free introductory workout to see how you like it, and then you can chat with your coach about your fitness goals.
So I don't have to pay?
That's right. Your first workout is completely free. It's a great way to experience Orange Theory and see if it's a good fit for you.
What is orange? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I understand. Let me try to explain it a bit more simply. Think of it this way. Orange Theory is a guided workout where you wear a heart rate monitor. This monitor shows your effort level on screens in the studio. The goal is to spend a certain amount of time in the orange zone, which is a moderate to high intensity, because that's what helps you burn more calories even after you leave the studio. Our coaches are there to guide you through the whole workout, making sure you're doing exercises correctly and at the right intensity for you. Does that make a little more sense?
Oh yeah. Can I come now?
That's great. For your first class, we recommend arriving 30 minutes early so we can get you set up with our heart rate monitoring system, go over your fitness goals, and introduce you to your coach. Our studio is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. with flexible class times throughout the day. Would you like me to help you find a good time for your free introductory workout, or would you prefer to book it through our mobile app?
No, never mind. I'm still too lazy.
No problem at all. We're here whenever you're ready. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, so that's how it is. That's something we've
So
been...
this is a new product you're coming out with?
Yes.
Or is it already out?
It's not, as you can see, it's still under beta. So it's not published
Is that one
yet.
that you did the education? You've done an integration
Yes.
with?
So what
it
I...
has a whole lot of context.
Yeah, so what I did is actually I just went onto their website and just like what I did here, right?
Oh no, this is based on a scrape then?
Yeah, I just copied it, whatever the information on their website, and just pasted over, and then the one of the agent will pretty much like cleanse it and organize it and put all this information in. For Orange Theory, they have a web page that's designated for Q&As. So basically, you just copy the Q&As, and then the receptionist can answer customers' question all the time.
It's only referring to that information. It doesn't do any reaching out to the web or other sources.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you're scraping it, some of the website has like anti-scraping mechanism installed, so you can't
Well, it seems
scraping,
like
but
if you can just have like, well, I think this is a good start, but also maybe you get a questionnaire that, or
ask people questions.
like,
Yeah.
the owner or the business owner would add,
Yeah.
within there. That way, maybe there's stuff that isn't covered. Like a lot of times, pricing isn't covered on the website,
Mm-hmm.
or how to handle pricing questions. Come on in or something like that,
Yeah.
as opposed to just give them the answer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's always tough to talk about pricing, huh? Like, I agree with you. Like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, just having a questionnaire, but I think it's very convenient to scrape off the website.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're also depending, like, when was the last time the website was updated too.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, there are a lot of places that has a really old website that you don't really able to get any good
But
information
I
from.
like this concept here. It's actually pretty cool.
But if you were selling this to an actual customer, you would spend time doing the onboarding, I'm assuming, of like building that context for your agent. Is that right?
Yes. So right now, yes, but in the future, we don't want to actually to have a onboarding specialist. For this one, we're trying to make it dummy proof, which means any people that doesn't even know how to vibe coding can still do this, right? What I just did, I did nothing, right? This one, the reason why I'm using this link is because the thing we haven't made the automation yet. Later on, you just copy paste your web URL and then you scrape all the information from your website, and it automatically generate
So
a
is this
prompt
idea
for
more
you.
for like self-serve, or is it more?
Self-serve, because we want to make something like more general, right? Any business in the future can
It's
use
really
this.
just having like a live. I mean, I won't say live, but a receptionist.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah, it's just a receptionist.
But how do you connect it to their actual phone line, or do you have to
Yeah. So
register
the
your number or change
yeah,
your
the
number
phone
to
number.
forward it?
The phone number, we have two ways. Either you can directly purchase a phone number through here, like our actual dashboard. It's gonna look like this, not public yet, but
But if
yeah,
businesses already have like an established number and all this advertising and stuff, doesn't that make it a little hard?
Yeah.
Because they gotta republish to get it all out there again.
So for that question, yes. What we do is we have two ways. Either we're gonna port the phone number, port out it to Twilio, which is a hard process, takes about a week. If that's too hard, what we can do is we can set up a all call forwarding feature on their phone, *72, and then you can forward all the phone call to this number that we provided to you, right? And then the AI will take care of the rest.
Do they have rules then, like to escalate it to a certain?
Yes. So the escalation rule, let's see. For this one, escalation rules somewhere. So you can customize the escalation rule as well, because we see people with bigger operations, they might have different departments. Say, oh, if this customer trying to buy something, transfer them to salesperson, right? If this customer is trying to get support, transfer them to tech support, stuff like that. You can set it up right here and list the number that you want to transfer to. So it's more of like a texting. Basically, if you can write in English, you should be able to create your own voice AI and deploy it yourself. That's the goal.
So my suggestion is to maybe use, because really it's a virtual receptionist.
Yes.
So have something with receptionist in the name.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to go steal it right now. Receptionist.ai,
Yeah.
which is probably taken.
Probably taken, yeah.
Probably not. Who knows?
You never know, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something like that, so that way it's descriptive of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a use for an actual onboarding process if you were going to sell this? Like, hey, go open this up. It's going to walk you through where someone who isn't familiar with prompt building,
Yes.
or building context, could be led through the process.
Mhm.
Where it's like, tell me what kind of industry you're in. Right? It knows some things about what
Mhm.
might be unique to that industry. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and let the agent build context from responses from there.
Exactly.
that something?
Yes, that's something we were trying to figure out. We call it easy onboarding, where at the beginning when you enter in the website, it basically asks you, can you provide me a website link that you have? That's probably the first question they ask you. And then after you send in the link, it depends on how good the website is, right? So the one agent will decide, oh, if this is a good website or not. If it contains all the information that I need. If it doesn't, then it starts to ask you questions. Say, oh, hey, Damon, I see that you have all the business information listed, but your customer might be asking you about the service you provide, asking you about the pricing. Do you have a pricing list you can share with me?
So the way I would actually deploy this is I would have so just for example, you look at something like Squarespace, you want to think about Squarespace. They work with marketing agencies or people that make websites.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the people, it just depends on the different model, but like, let's say the marketing agency will pay, the customer will pay the marketing agency, and the marketing agency will have a Squarespace, we'll set up the website and manage that. And they're transparent, it is a Squarespace site.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something like that where you essentially, your customers would ideally be marketing agencies that develop websites. This could be a product they could add on as you could have a virtual AI. So essentially all these people would be your sales reps. So it's like a channel partner.
Okay.
But they would have their own dashboard, like a marketing agency dashboard where they could onboard, they could manage it. They pay you a subscription model and they charge their customer. So sort of like that model would probably be a good way to deploy this.
Good idea. Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily want the business owner, even though it's self-serve, and there will always be like, people can always build their own web, but they don't necessarily want to. And so, but they would rather pay someone else or pay a little extra to have someone else do it. I actually think this is a really interesting model here. No, anybody else?
I have a couple more questions.
Go ahead, David.
Yes, go ahead.
So, have you consciously paid attention to the cadence of your responses, the tone, the casualness? Because it's pretty, like, you could still probably detect, but it's got a personality, it's got rhythm, it's got kind of that cadence of somebody on the phone, like at the front of a restaurant. So, like, did you put some attention into that?
Yes.
And then I'm also curious, like the conversations you illustrated were very back and forth, like blah 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 blah, and then he let her finish, and then he, But what about the, talking over and the interrupting? Like, how do you deal with that aspect?
Okay. So first question about the cadence. Yes, it's really hard for us, especially when our engineer team is not English native speaker. This is a problem for us because we call it trash talk. Like, give me one moment, stuff like that, right? Like those filler words, right? We're trying to add in, we want to make it natural because sometimes you see higher latency when you are doing function calling. This is more technical. You can have AI to talk like really nice, right? If you open your ChatGPT app, like talk to it directly, it's fast, reactive, but it doesn't really do any function calling. Right? It doesn't really go to your system and place an order for you. It doesn't go to the system and check an item for you, right? We also have an appointment system where it actually can check your schedule and tell your customer, oh, Damon is available next Wednesday on 3 p.m. Do you want me to schedule an appointment with him at that time, right? It can actually do stuff like this. So when the AI agent is actually doing stuff like this, we actually put a random choices. Like there's a bunch of words that we let the AI to pick randomly to just say it, to pretend that it's actually thinking or something.
Right.
Yeah, we actually do that, yes.
I almost thought it'd be interesting to put some restaurant background noise in there.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like canned laughter back in old right? Like our
Oh, that
human,
is actually interesting. You put in
A noise,
our
right?
human
like kitchen
brain-
noise.
Yes.
Yeah, like even though still I think a lot of people are like, I know this is AI, but at least it fills in those blank spaces. I feel like that's part of the challenge with voice AI right now is those blank spaces. So it'd be interesting to see like.
Yeah, I think that one is pretty. Yeah, we can actually edit it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that with some videos where you just have,
Yeah.
it's just a track. It's just like crowd murmuring or whatever.
You don't want it to be cheesy because then I've also talked to AI agents where they pretend like they're tapping on a keyboard, and that annoys the crap.
That one's weird. That's a weird one. Yeah.
On the keyboard, like
Yeah, I heard that. I thought that was more filler.
No, it's to
Yeah.
pretend like the agent. It's to like, but yeah.
Yeah, there was someone I saw that.
Saw
I
that.
thought that was just filler.
So, what I think your presentation is great. The aesthetics one is really good, man.
Thank you so much.
So, kind of my question is, right, like you have LNL, I mean, I don't want to, maybe you covered it, but it seems like, you could create your own data set, right? And if you have an open model, transfer learning, right? And just use like a open source model and use transfer learning, have your own data set and, hey, open model, learn this for LNL, Hawaiian barbecue. Maybe that would help your overhead? If you follow what I'm saying, or?
Yeah. So for us, we don't. So basically, I'm probably the only one that's not really coding in the team. Everyone else is actually a coder. So all the partners doing all the code, and for the knowledge transferring, you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Transfer, it's actually easy for us. We just copy and paste. For all the L Hawaiian barbecue, we just need to make sure that some of the item is actually available at this location, right? So that one it's probably take us like a minute or so to actually copy the AI from one LNL to another.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've worked at restaurants and bars for like 7 years of my life. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So right now I see a lot of people using Clover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's Toast, and then there's another one from Livermore called Heartland. I don't know if you've.
Oh yes, yeah, heard about it.
So obviously, it's gonna be difficult, especially with these are mom and pop bars and restaurants. Let's say there's somebody that's interested, right? But they have Clover, for example, right? And Clover's business model is that they're not charging you. They're charging a percentage of your revenue per month, right?
Yes.
And then you pay it off, right? How would you maybe it's, you don't care about this, but like, how would you convert that customer? Like, would you say, here's our free POS system, and then you just pay us $200 a month, or does that make sense?
Okay. So for Clover, right now we have two ways to do it. We're currently working with an integrator who actually can help us sending the order into Clover system. But for the restaurant owner themselves, they probably need to pay extra $70 a month for the integration. But the good thing is the integration including DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats, right? So they're getting everything integrated into one, right? That's option one. Option two is what you saw on the video. I just gave them that thing for free. For me, the cost is minimum, and I can make the money back from the transaction fee, right? So I charge them a transaction fee yeah, that's pretty much normal for every POS, right? And since we started pretty early, so we kind of have the advantage in terms of the transaction fee. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you guys can get the integration down, I know there's a couple bars and restaurants that I've worked at that could probably benefit from that, because I've seen so many times, especially at a bar.
Yeah.
I've worked at country bars, we have live bands.
Yeah. You can't even hear the phone ring.
You can't even hear the customer in front of you sometimes. But what happens a lot, obviously that's like late night, but if you're in a restaurant, you're really busy, it's 5 o'clock p.m., right? And your servers are really busy, the cook's really busy, nobody has time to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Right? That's something that I see a lot. And sometimes you don't even want to answer the phone, right? You're like,
You can't.
Come in and find out, right? But this, I definitely see that a lot. We don't have time to answer the phone, we're so busy. So, yeah, I think there's definitely,
I guess another use case is usually if you call a restaurant, like a nicer restaurant, it's to make a reservation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that something that you've been, like, I don't know, if it's integration open table?
I mean, open table integration, I think we need invitation to do that.
Or you could just...
So we have our own...
You only have your reservation.
Yeah, so we made our own like a reservation system for the yeah, let me see if I can show you guys. Oh yeah, we have this chain. This is this crazy chain, but they're not paying customer though. They have like 20, 30 locations that we're planning to put them on. They don't have much phone cost, but still works.
Paris by me.
Well, one thing I think is interesting is I actually think there's going to be a renaissance of voice here pretty soon because myself, I'm vibe prototyping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have my productivity, my ability to give context to the agent and to actually like get stuff done by dictating it just freely is like through the roof, right? And I feel like once people start to realize that what AI can do, and they learn how to ask it in right ways or whatever, like think of people are going to get back to like, oh wow, I can just say something. I don't have to click here.
Exactly.
Drop down, do the thing.
Yes.
Like this is starting to feel like a burden.
Yeah.
So
Most of the time you're like doing this, right?
Yeah.
Sitting for a very long
You can
time. And
actually create a whole new. Maybe you're already thinking of this. Is whole reservation POS phone taker system. Is
yeah.
there anything we're missing?
No.
You
The
pretty much
puzzle
have
is pretty much
like a
all
whole-
put together.
like a whole restaurant system.
Yes. Yes.
So is your like what's your target market? Because I'm sure there's big players that are after the same stuff, right? And like I forget which one. There's some big customer service.
I would say SoundHound is probably the one. It's an IPO company, but I actually talked to the product manager in SoundHound team. They said they don't care these restaurants. They're too small.
What are they trying to go after?
They're trying to go after bigger chains, like not even chain restaurants. Restaurant is just, I think they just don't like restaurants because it's too complicated. In this industry, the easy way is Vortex. Doesn't need to do much of the what we call event calling or whatever, or function calling. It's basically just back and forth conversation. That's the easiest part. Like if you call Lenovo right now, their tech support is in AI.
But you're saying it's not doing functions and doing.
Yeah,
it's just providing.
yeah, it's just providing information and force the customer to quit, I think.
They just want the customer to quit.
Yes, that's exactly why they have. Yes, so most of the bigger company, that's some company that we are trying to go after too, because they pay well, and they use you because of. It's not because of they want to provide a fantastic customer service, is they want to keep not talk to their customer.
Oh right, not physically have to speak. Yeah.
Right? If you buy like a tablet from Lenovo, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like a $200 tablet. It's not expensive, right? And then you call them, tech support. The entire tech support costs them much more than giving you a free tablet. So their idea is like pushing the customer away. The old way when they're doing it is use a really long, crazy automated phone line, press 1, press 2, and press all the way down and they hang up. They do that. That's probably too bad. Everybody's like
They're
blaming
not
on
actually
it.
thinking that they can provide enough information through the chatbot experience that it'll actually make the customer be like, yeah, I got what I wanted and I love Lenovo.
Yes.
They're
So
saying they give
so
enough
actually they can do that, but some of the time maybe if it's not like, so they don't really want to help. They're willing to provide information, but they don't actually want to help. Does that make sense?
No,
Yeah,
You get that sense,
because
right?
they hire like third-party call center to do that for them, and just to keep their business or their core team to out of it.
Well, now you're always prompted. I just sent you a
Yeah.
link if you want to go chat with a chatbot rather than wait to talk
Yeah,
to someone. They
yeah.
don't want you.
Yeah, they don't want to really talk to you. I mean, why don't you? They want you to buy a new one
Yeah.
instead of stick with the old one and trying to figure out how to fix it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, any more questions?
That was great, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Jason.
All right. Thank you so much, Rich.
Startup Folsom.